Nashville is like
the GOAT.
I almost said it's the best city in America.
It's up there.
It's definitely top 3.
What's happening? You've just pressed play on the Music City Mindset Podcast.
I think they're so hospitable. You rarely see bullshit.
This is where we tap into Nashville's most influential people and see why they love Nashville.
But that's a place where there's a lot of drunks having a great time.
Let's get it started. And hello and welcome to this legendary episode of the Music City Mindset. Music City Mindset podcast is located on all platforms underneath the Nashville Fit Magazine network. So just searching for Nashville Fit, and then you can be able to find this podcast if you want to go back and listen to the previous ones. And I say it's legendary. I say that because it's not just me here. I'm here with the guy that started this whole journey with me. He is a Nashville native. He's a husband. He's a father, a Glencliff great, TSU legend, and I can say that with all authenticity after this past weekend. The one, the only, at Training Corner on Instagram, Mr. Deon Giddens.
Man, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, TSU legend. I can say that with all intents and purposes is true. We were at the Legends game this past weekend.
Man, what a game, man.
Yeah,
fun
it was a good game.
Came down to the wire.
A lot of laughing. Maybe some things that were unexpected with how people were balling out a little bit.
Yeah.
But coming back to school, what does it mean to come back, especially when you're playing in the Legends game? You got the jersey on.
Yeah, I had to rep
got the name on it. The white ones are cold.
You know what? I was like, I'm not gonna be biased because I was on the white team, but I think that was better than the blue. That's just everybody feels
better.
that way.
Yeah, it looked better.
Yeah.
I always felt like my away swag was a little bit better than
the home swag.
Yeah. But what's it feel like to come back on campus when you're viewed as a legend in the Legends game? And like, you know, just what does that mean for you and like the business you're creating, the legacy that is the Training Corner? What does that mean for you?
Man, well, you know, being a hometown kid, you know, hence why we doing this together, it's always good going back to see, you know, your people, seeing old coaches, just the environment of playing in the game, right? Mm-hmm. Seeing the guys that came before you, some behind you. It's always special coming back to TSU, man. Like, I spent 5 years there because I got red-shirted, so every year, man, was different. You know, I played under two different head coaches. Shout out to LC Cole, shout out to James Reese, and then, you know, had some good winning seasons, man. Mm-hmm. And just the love you get when you step on campus, man, I feel like it's unmatched. I'm not just saying that, you know, everybody tell you come back to TSU, they treat you good. Yeah. So I was happy to be back on campus, man, and just kind of enjoying and kicking back, you know, seeing the band a little bit, hearing them a little bit. You know what I mean? Everybody comes for the TSU band, so shout out to the band as well. But it was fun, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Now, as a kid, did you grow up coming to things in the whole things like that before actually being a student there?
Man, no, I didn't. So this is a funny story. Every time somebody asks me, I'm like, I never did. I don't think I set foot on TSU's campus at all. Maybe a homecoming event, parade. You know, my parents went to the parade, so they grew up out in North Nashville. My grandmother lives off Buchanan. You know what I mean? So. Always around, but just never just being on campus like that. Yeah. So once I got there, I'm like, oh, this is what the hype is about. I see now. You know what I mean? So so not really, but once I got into it, I was hooked.
Yeah, I definitely knew before I went there. I definitely knew of like, especially the Olympic legacy.
Yeah, the legacy is huge now. Yeah. So the football legacy is huge. Track is huge. The Tiger Bills are huge. So and then I think we have to look this up, but I'm pretty sure still. We have the most NFL guys out of any HBCU.
Oh,
it might be first round picks. It's something like that.
It's one of the two.
It's one of those though. But the legacy is great. And then for corners, the DBs.
I mean, it definitely helps us. You know, with the number 1 overall with Tutal. Yes. That helps the pad the stats a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, DBs to your point.
Man, it's a lot of DBs that came out. So when I got there, man, LeGarrette Giddens, Eric Joyce, who's a hometown kid as well. Shout out EJ, man. I think it was, just speaking from the cornerback position, I think it was 4 of us in 4 years that went.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the 2 in front of us, and they was ranked top 10 in the nation when we got there. So it's funny because they give you that spiel, oh, yeah, he come in, he can play right away. when I get there,
Yeah.
you got all world in front of you. So it's
Yeah.
how they get you there. But man, it was fun though, playing with both of those guys.
I mean, even when I played, I mean, you had DRC on one
Oh,
side.
dude.
You had Anthony Levine.
Yeah,
you know,
Levine,
back at safety.
Yeah.
Riley was back there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was stacked even then.
Man, that's what I'm saying, man. So the tradition and the legacy goes on. I call TSU DBU. So that's just what I know at this point. So TSU is DBU in my heart. And not only am I saying this, we're producing it as well, though.
Yeah.
I mean, DRC is a great example. First round pick at the corner from HBCU. That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. And he was the MVP of the Senior Bowl leading up to the draft.
Yep.
So, man, shout out to DRC, man. It was big.
Yeah, so I definitely knew of the legacy and the history and the importance of TSU growing up in Nashville. I don't know if we've talked about it on here. There's only one city in America that has 4 HBCUs in one city, and that's Nashville, Tennessee.
Man, I mean, I tell people that, but didn't know that stat, though.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
It's 4 because technically the American Baptist University that looks like Washington Memorial off the other side of the river.
Yeah.
That's an HBCU, of course. Fisk, Meharry,
Yeah.
and then TSU.
Yeah.
All like in one side of town, all north of downtown.
Like Fisk, TSU, Meharry, like you can go down Jefferson and hit all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I mean, it's the importance and the legacy that Nashville has for even bigger than schools, civil rights, and all of that.
Right.
We could have a whole episode on that. But I didn't really spend a lot of time on campus.
Right.
You could say there's for obvious reasons, but but didn't spend a lot of time there as a kid. But getting there, it was like, man, I wish I could go back in time and somehow like convince my parents to like, we should have been supporting this school, you know, a long time ago. Like it's very special.
It's a gym, man. You know, and then to your point, like once you get in it, it's like, oh, this is it. I mean, I was the same way. My parents, of course, took me to the TSU, the homecoming parades, and I went to some games, you know. But could I just really say I was diehard TSU growing up? I can't say that. But when I got there, it's like, oh, okay, this is it. I see what the generation before was like, cause you know our parents are, you know, they was kicking in the '70s, so TSU was huge in the '70s, man, football wise. And
it's still funny the reaction I get talking about it though. So that's why I'm so glad we're doing this and doing this together.
Yeah.
Because I definitely felt like now the guys that I played with, you know, always been love, will always be love, brotherhood. But the rest of it, I definitely felt a little bit a warmer welcome.
This go around?
Yeah. Being connected with you, so I appreciate you. You know, you're helping me get my flowers that I feel like I'm deserved. But
you are deserved, man. You have to work for it too, you know.
But even like I'll be out at like a restaurant, grocery shopping. I'll see somebody, you know, with something on. You know, hey, go Big Blue.
Yeah.
And they just kind of look at me
like what? Like the
what?
white dudes talking about Big Blue.
But I would assume I wanted to talk about like what it was like going there as a freshman for you, and then obviously coming out of there, you know, going to Buffalo. I mean, I'm guessing by the time you left, 5 years, you were a big man on campus. Like the name carries something. You don't have to say it, but like, I mean, you're a humble dude.
They know who you are. Yeah,
exactly, right.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure at some point our paths somehow started different, but got real similar.
Right.
And then there's a quote. There's a quote by Oscar Wilde. One of the only things I really paid attention to in English class ever. But it said, "One day I will be famous, and if not famous, I'll be infamous." And I feel like getting to know you, our paths kind of were parallel in a lot of ways for where we were at different ages of our life. And you were able to like stay in your hometown, not be as distracted. And there's a lot of times that it could have gone left for you. Yeah. And you were able to stay on that straight and narrow, and you kind of hit that like famous track of what you were able to accomplish, getting to the league and things like that. So it's always going to be, you know, a legend, you know, you coming back onto campus, you know. I got involved in some things. I let the distractions being in the hometown get me.
It's easy though.
I went more the infamous route.
Yeah.
But I still think I did some legendary things on campus. But what was it like in the evolution, like freshman, red shirting?
Yeah.
Like what was that red shirt? I red shirted as well because I was coming from a different position. I started as an O-line.
Yeah. So you worked your way.
Yeah, so I had to go from a pulling guard and a wing T to fullback, which really wasn't that much different. But I definitely redshirted a year. Going from line to a skill was definitely an
that's an adjustment.
Yeah, it was an adjustment. So what was that redshirt year like for you, being in the hometown?
Yeah.
For me, it wasn't as many responsibilities,
Right.
but still the notoriety. So it was.
Yeah.
That was where some things kind of started for me personally. What was it like for you?
It's always difficult, when you coming from a place of always playing. Because I started as a freshman in high school as well, so I go on campus thinking I'm finna play.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the case. You know what I mean? Had my freshman year, man, was probably one of the best teams in TSU history. Even without winning the national championship at the end, we were number one in the nation in 1AA. Which is now named something different now.
Yeah, FCS.
Yeah. So 1AA, we were number one, and we were number one in black college. And we won the OBC, which is not a historically black conference, right? We were independent as a HBCU, but we were in the OBC. So we won.
That's like a triple crown right there.
That's what I'm saying. So we did the best worlds, the best of both worlds, right? So number one in 1AA, number one in HBCU.
And that was your freshman year when you redshirted?
When I redshirted.
Okay.
So I would go to practice, and we had, I'm not kidding, man, you talking about 20 scouts, 20 NFL scouts every single practice. So that's what I came into. So it was like, I made the right choice. I mean, because TSU wasn't always the place I thought I was going to go.
Yeah.
I ended up going there, which was, it worked out. But seeing that, I'm like, as a redshirt freshman, I'm like, I got a chance to do this. Like, man, I can really do this. Like,
now, when you saw those scouts at practice, were you trying to go ahead and talk to them?
No.
Let them see you?
No, I wouldn't. I just did what I did. I wasn't thinking like that. You know what I mean? Meaning not trying to be in front of them, but noticing that I know they're there. But they not talking to me. I mean, I don't have tape yet. But Eric Joyce, Legarius Giddens, Ed Sanders, Jamie was there, man. I mean, we had.
Baloney would run from them.
It can get crazy sometimes.
Yeah, not every
mean?
single one, every single time. But there was time we break down, Tigers on 3, 1, 2, 3, and he would just bolt.
Oh, he knew it was different though. His status was different, right? So they knew what he was going to do.
He let his play talk to him. He didn't need to have those conversations. But that blew my mind. I'm over here I'm trying to talk to Green Bay. I'm trying to, and all of that. And then he was running. So that really started making me think about football a little differently. Why is he not? Oh, kind of putting all that together.
He got it though. He got it early, and he knew. So just seeing him in our side of the huddle, because for people who don't know, right? Once you go to a certain level, offense and defense, we really don't come together until we kind of do a 7-on-7 or scrimmage. But most of the time, we kind of separated at practice.
But see, redshirting, in my position, I was with the defense more. Doing when I was redshirted, scout team and things like that. So I was closer with the. Other than the running backs, but I was closer with some of the defensive guys than I was the offensive guys because I'd be with y'all the whole time. Yeah,
that's true because I did scout team, right? Yeah. So I came in, but I'm guarding Avion Black, who was a 4th-round pick. So I'm like, man, he went. Matter of fact, he got drafted to Buffalo. So that year, getting back on that, in my redshirt year, we had 2 draft picks, which still I don't think has been done by HBCU. We had to look that one up too. Yeah, I don't think it's been done. We got to check the facts on that. But 2 4th-round picks, Michael Thompson and Avion Black. Then we had Leon Murray, who was a Heisman candidate. So when they first laid out the thing, he was a top 10 guy. So as they narrowed it down, but he came from Pittsburgh, so he was our quarterback. So Leon Murray was a big-time guy. He ended up going to the Redskins. So that year, I want to say we had 7 to 8 guys end up going to the league. And that's what I'm seeing as a redshirt freshman. So the distractions were there, but I saw what they were accomplishing. I'm like, I gotta stay on track to do this. So that was kind of my mindset too, right? I'm here for a reason. Let me stick to the script. You know what I mean? But you always got the hood calling. You know what I mean? You always got everybody coming up. So I'll invite all my friends on campus. You know what I mean? So the ones who went in school, I like, man, come up here and look what you can do. Like, let's come kick it on campus. You know what I mean? So that was kind of my way of still being connected with the hood and where I grew up.
But not leaving. You got to come to
But
me now.
You come to me, I got you. You know what I mean? So I did more of that, and I still kind of, ducked off and did my thing. But
Yeah.
as far as just overall, I would try to just come, scoop them up, let them see the environment that they can still get while still being in Nashville, right? It's another way. So I was just trying to show my guys who I knew were kind of dabbling in the wrong stuff, like, hey, you can do this. Like, you don't have to still do that. You can come on here, you can enroll in school, and we can finish together. You know what I mean? So that was kind of like my thing, just kind of being positive on that tip. But it was fun, though.
Yeah.
Red shirt freshman year can be very hard.
It was a lot harder than I thought. Now, did you travel with the team?
I didn't, so that's what
Okay.
made it to. That's when I had to leave. Like, I'm not staying on campus. Everybody gone. Football team is gone. I'm not traveling, so hey, I'm going home. I'm going back to hook up with the homies. And Glencliff was a pretty good school on all fronts at that point. And I say that just jokingly, but reality, Glencliff had a Mr. Football winner that year. I got redshirted. Shout out to C.J. Scott. He won Mr. Football, and Glencliff went to the Clinic Bowl. We lost. Then basketball season come around. Marcus Kinzer, he was runner up for Mr. Basketball. So you had two big time things going on at Glencliff. So I was connected with them still. So I go see them play. I go see them play. See my whole team. Yeah. So that's what kept me out of most of the trouble, to be honest.
For me, there was a lot of people that didn't think I'd actually end up in college.
Yeah.
So to end up D1, there was still that even though I thought I could keep going, that voice of this is it for you, got louder than the voice saying, lock in right now.
Yeah.
And so I partied like I got drafted in the first round,
But
because it was D1. It was D1.
Easy to do.
So
though.
to surprise everyone and end up with a D1 scholarship, it was man, this is gonna be it. This is the pinnacle.
Yeah.
So party and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that got a little out of hand.
But you're not the only one, though,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Oh yeah,
again,
no, I
so-
wasn't close to the only one.
Yeah, exactly. So it happens. You know what I mean? But still, you part of something special, man. So that's
for
the
sure.
biggest thing. Yeah.
And I mean, we weren't as good of a team as far as what y'all were talking about.
Yeah.
But I mean, from the people that were on the team that when I redshirted, it was 7-8 of us went pro.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the win column that looked like y'all's.
Yeah. I mean, because that year we won the second OVC championship. So they won the year before I got there, and we won back-to-back. So in 99, they actually honored the team. They honored that team maybe about 5-6 years ago. So I came back for that. So that was just special, man, seeing all the guys.
My freshman roommate, he's the personal security for Michael B. Jordan now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we were stacked, dog.
Yeah, man.
Shout out Big Jarvis. Man, he didn't fit on that bed. Dude, I think I can say I can say this now.
Yeah.
Me, him, and this dude named Coffee, Octavius Coffee. Me, him, and Jarvis, we worked this whole scheme where, because Coffee's roommate transferred to a different school, and it was already after everything had been set for housing.
Okay.
This is all in Watson Hall.
Yeah.
And so
Watson, legendary Watson.
So I loved it, but
yeah, it you had to be a survivor.
yeah.
And it's being nice.
I've never lived in the projects, but
this was probably it. Yeah.
I did go through Watson. But Coffee was dealing with some personal things back home and things like that, and he knew he was going to leave.
Okay.
So what we did was we we made it where my roommate became his roommate, and then he left. So me and Jarvis ended up with our own rooms our freshman year.
Y'all pull that off, man. They went for that.
They went for it.
Like what?
Because then it was already set, so Coffee wasn't going to get another roommate. Because yours already started.
It's already done deal.
It's already done deal.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to get a roommate. So we put in he knew he was going to just leave. He wasn't even talking to the coaches or nothing. He was like, I'm just going to go home. This ain't for me.
Damn.
And so we knew he was going to just leave and drop out. So we put in a official request where they could be roommates. And they even thought about it for a little bit, because both of them would Coffee was like 6'3", 380. Jarvis was like 6'4",
some big
3.
dudes,
Yeah. But we timed it up where they didn't really have to be roommates long. And so my roommate got his own room. I got my own room.
Dude, are you
I went to
kidding me?
I went to the equipment room,
Oh man.
and I got like a dozen of those football belts.
Yeah.
And I was sit there and like pulled the beds together, belted them together. So it was like,
Dude, he's like an engineer, man. Like you to do that.
dude, people would come in and party in my room and be like,
You got a king size bed. Actually,
Yeah.
probably a queen with them.
yeah, it was about a
Yeah,
queen
yeah.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So freshman doors weren't that bad. 2 closets now.
For you straight.
Yeah.
We had 3 dudes in our room, man. 3 dudes at 99.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carnell, C-Nail, man. Shout out to Mike, man. Bun, yeah. So those are my 2
Oh,
roommates.
man.
One from Memphis, one from Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're my guys still to this day, man. But yeah, we used to kick it at the road, dog.
Dude,
Yeah.
and sitting out in the back stoop right there.
Oh,
man.
dude, we used to have a ball, man.
Man, out there checking the people.
Oh, man,
and-
we used to go crazy at Watson
Man, we
Hall,
get in so
man.
much trouble. There'd be fines. The vending machine would get broken.
Oh, dude, we got some of the stores I'm not gonna say.
yeah.
but
There's some things. There's some things I'm leaving out. But
but Watson Hall, shout
yeah.
out to Watson Hall, man. My boy Scott Bobby, man. Ock, man, we had fun, dude.
yeah,
It was fun.
too much fun.
Yeah.
Too much fun. At least for me.
Yeah.
I let the main thing not be the main thing.
Right, as we say, yeah.
But the memories and the people that I made memories with.
Yeah, that's what's good, man. So, once you like it, and they tell you that, like some people, didn't go to college, right? Some people in our families they didn't experience that, but I know the ones who did, and on my side, they really was like, hey, this is where you create really like lifelong friends, man. And you get people from different backgrounds, different places, and y'all come together because you got to learn how to survive in the same place. So I think going through a struggle, it creates a certain bond that's unmatched. And when you come back to these games and you come back on campus and you see the guys that it's for real blood, sweat, and tears, and you see that, it's a bond.
How different was Glencliff and like the neighborhood you grew up in versus like the ecosystem that was on campus at HBCU?
HBCU, Glencliff. So I've never been to a like predominantly black school.
Okay.
But we still had the hood guys, black guys at Glencliff, right? So Glencliff was a good mix.
Okay.
So it was a mixed school.
I went from all the way one to all the way the other.
Yeah, I mean you went from Good Pasture,
Yeah.
right. So that's tough. Some people can't. Some people
we
can't
had
do it.
Patrick Turner.
That's one. One black guy. He was good though.
We did have Young Grail. It was like he was supposed to be like Lito's, like they were like homies like growing up.
Cause Benny one day, right? Or he
was like a freshman when I was a senior.
So Benny came. He came in.
And
Shout out to Benny,
Reynolds.
I went to the Navy.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Keenan.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
he was good. Went
Yeah.
to the league too.
He went to we went to Navy. But I mean, like I said, that's
that's
a couple.
That's still 5
A couple.
people.
Yeah.
Nah, we had
so
a-
then
we
to
had a
be
lot.
like immersed in that HBCU culture.
Yeah.
How
How'd they go for you though, man? Like mindset wise, was you comfortable or what? Like was you scared when you came on? Like
I was a little nervous at first.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy. It was open arms.
Yeah.
As long as I was being myself.
Right.
Like if I was trying to be something I wasn't, I'd get called out. I mean, not that happened, but it was
Right.
like that was the vibe. Like if you're being you, you're good. And so it was very quickly, because like I was at an all white school with Good Pasture, but like with how I came up economically, the only reason I was there was for football and because of my cousin. My cousin was a Mr. Football finalist.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. As a center.
Wow.
Yeah. He set the record for the least amount of fumbles center to quarterback exchange. And that spanned across multiple quarterbacks. I don't know if you remember the Vandy Perkey brothers, Justin Perkey, Mark Perkey.
Not right off.
But they ended up at Vandy. I mean, he had both of them back to back, and he had the longest record for that. And I mean, he was that good to be a center and be a Mr. Football finalist.
As a center, that's high praise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Good Pasture found out there was another Harris boy up and coming. They're like, whatever we got to do, let's get him here. And then my ass shows up.
Yeah. And
Let's rock and roll.
The rock star.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I didn't really fit in. I didn't feel like I fit in at Good Pasture.
So you feel like you feel like you fit more with TSU than Good Pasture?
It's not even close. I felt at home. I felt not even at home. I felt community
At TSU.
at TSU.
Yeah.
Because it was at the white school. It was very much, this is what we are. You conform and you fit in our box. Whereas the vibe of going to TSU was very much just like, be yourself. Now, that might also be the difference of high school to college.
Yeah.
But I don't have another perspective
I got you.
to be like what it was like to go from a white high school to a white college. Maybe college is that for everyone to find themselves. Now you're not in your parents' home.
Yeah.
It might be that. My personal experience was going from a white high school to a black college.
Yeah.
And it was so much about just be yourself. And there were some people, because I came on strong.
Yeah.
And I wasn't for everyone.
Right.
There was definitely some of the I forget what the group was called, but I was definitely making some waves, and there were some people that didn't really love how integrated I was becoming.
Yeah.
But when you got a O-line as a roommate, you got
Yeah, you good.
yeah,
You good.
I'd be like, you go ahead and go on. We'll take care of this.
But man, to be honest, it's always gonna be somebody.
There's going to be someone everywhere.
So
as a whole,
yeah,
across everything, like I found I could find myself more at TSU than I ever could at Good Pasture. Because I wasn't trying to conform to a dress code and a behavioral thing and being disciplined for characteristic traits.
just being you.
It was just be you. Whatever that is, be you and be that the best, and then we work with that.
Yeah.
And that was just so
Probably refreshing though.
refreshing.
Right? Yeah, just letting
of
your guard down.
because then it led to the question of like, just be you, and it's like, well, who am I?
Who am I? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's college
And that's
in a nutshell.
where, I think that's college
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
Right.
But because it's not like I truly felt like I fit in the sense of like understanding the culture now from a different point of view that I never had before. Understanding a different viewpoint on racism,
Yeah.
getting immersed in colorism,
Yeah.
which was a wild adjustment.
Yeah.
And then understanding how colorism even plays into the stereotypes of like fraternities, and all of that. Like that was like trying to wrap my head around all of that. It was a lot at first, but like it made things make sense.
Yeah.
Did you pledge?
No. So
Okay.
I told everybody the football team, that's what I was too. You know what I mean? So
I tried to go Q-Dog.
yeah, football team. They wanted me to.
Yeah.
The Qs did, the Capitals did, but
Yeah. I went to my first step show, and
how was that?
it was
Could you step? You think you can get up there and step and kill it?
step. Yes, I think I could have it if I had the time that they have to like teach.
Yeah.
I couldn't stroll. There ain't no way.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah. But like each one had like a kind of a stereotype, if you will, of how
they do.
each one looked.
Yeah.
Right.
Each group has their own, like, this is what they do. This is what they about.
I knew
this,
I wasn't
they
a
about
Kappa.
No.
I don't think I even owned a suit up until that point.
Yeah. Definitely
Much
couldn't do
less
that then.
the bow ties and the canes, and all that. Wasn't that? Definitely wasn't an alpha.
Yeah.
I mean, those dudes were this color. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, y'all got your thing.
Yeah.
Sigmas thought about it. Had some running backs, Booby, and some of them were Sigmas.
Yeah.
So they were definitely trying to pull me over there because they threw some good parties. The damn near naked parties and stuff like that.
yeah.
They were all Sigmas,
Yeah.
and so they all knew me. But when I got there, Qs weren't online. They had gotten in trouble for some
Okay.
other stuff.
Yeah.
And so I saw it and I was like, man, this is cool. But again, if I'm going to try to be myself, I don't know that that's like,
Yeah. For you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey man, let's get out of here.
It wasn't
Yeah.
for me though.
Yeah.
And again, like I'm black. I mean, I'm light skinned, but I'm black. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and that's the thing too, to where you gotta understand how to move in certain areas, and then also read the room, read what's going on.
Yeah.
So,
I read the room and I was like, man, this
Yeah.
is so cool. I'm so glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Man, let's go burn one.
That's it.
Yeah, because we were in the little gym.
Yeah.
in the student center. So we walked up through the student center to go the back way through the courtyard back to Watson. And when we got out, I opened the door to the courtyard and almost got smacked. You know,
All that.
yeah. I was like, they were like, oh yeah, come up to the side, come over here.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, hold on, what is this?
Yeah.
What is that?
Right.
Cut up camo shorts, spray painted shirt,
gold boots,
cut off shirts.
They going
like,
hard,
I'm like,
bro.
oh,
Camo
this.
everything.
I already dressed like that. What do you mean? Like,
Hey, I'm a camo guy too. So
yeah,
like, man, the bucket
barking
hats,
and shit. It was
man,
like,
you go crazy.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So I tried to go Q-Dog.
Yeah.
My understanding is I would have been the first Caucasian in the 5th district.
Wow.
There's been one since,
Yeah.
but their qualifications were so high because they had just got back online.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to go back in through that again.
Yeah.
And then in that process of like the prep to pledge, that's when I got arrested. I got in some other shit.
Yeah.
So it was very much like, no, we can't have that.
Right.
But that's where I wanted to go.
So you were queuing hard then.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I can see that though. Yeah, that's you.
But by the end of my freshman year, red shirt, white dude at a black school, I started dating the senior captain of the basketball and volleyball team.
I see that swag too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't want to exaggerate here on the podcast because everybody will look it up. She was like 6'1",
Yeah.
6'2".
I mean volleyball. Yeah.
Yeah. Super dark skin. Misha Jackson. She's married now. But
names out, dude.
Yeah. Hey, it was cool, man. I mean, she just graduated.
Yeah.
And it was like, even the conversation of like, you're graduating, what we're gonna do? It's like,
I don't know.
yeah. You
I
good?
I ain't got that.
Yeah.
Part. Yeah.
But no, it was super cool. You know, we had the apartments off of the over there.
The new apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't new for us.
Well,
Probably.
see, they were new for us. Though.
Yeah.
So they were new for us. So it was a little bit different. Because when I go back, I'm like, oh man, that's, you know, how you see something like then and come back and then it's like, I can't believe that's like was the it thing. You know what I mean? Then it's like, all right, it's time to do something else.
So I mean, it didn't take me long. I mean, I'll show you pictures when we cut the break, man.
I gotta see.
I might even post some. I ended up with a mohawk. They took me down to the barber shop over on Clarksville Highway. I had like lightning bolts with a mohawk.
Oh, you went crazy with it.
Oh yeah. And people would be like, who the hell is this white boy? And it was like dating a senior. There was a captain on the team. You know, it was like,
bro, you came in wrecking shop.
Yeah.
that's what you did.
Yeah. So. But of course, then partying too hard, getting distracted, you know, that didn't last long. You can't.
Yeah. TSU was fun on campus now. Everybody tell you that. Like, TSU was a place to be, man.
It
like,
was so much fun, man.
Yeah, it's fun, dude.
But you obviously dialed in a little bit more.
Yeah.
Let the main thing be the main thing.
Yeah, I tried, man.
Forever go down as a TSU legend because of that.
Man, I appreciate that, man.
So what we're about to do here, special for y'all, we're going to cut to a commercial break like always so we can get a word from our sponsors. When we come back from the break, you'll actually get to see the interviews that me and Deon had with none other than the DRC, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, and the new defensive coordinator for the TSU Tigers, Coach Gregg Williams. Coach Gregg's coached, 36 years in the league?
Yeah, because you said 32, like, not
correction.
correction.
Yeah, he corrected me. He corrected me. You'll hear it.
Yeah,
36 years in the league that he coached. And then Dominique spent 12 years in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Hands down, the most athletic specimen that I've ever
4'2",
been on the field with.
Yeah, 4'2",
insane
6'3".
athlete.
Yeah, man.
So we'll talk a little bit more about those when we come back from the break.
are back, and we are here with an absolute legend. This man's been coaching for 46 years. 30 of it was in the NFL. He's a Super Bowl champion. Welcome to the show, Coach Gregg Williams.
Thank you very much. And I just want to say this one thing. It's 36 years, not 30.
36 years
In the NFL, and then 3 more in the UFL. I've been helping Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson do that because the NFL needs that as a minor league. And, you know, the NFL is the only professional sports league in the world without a minor league. And when I was the head coach of the Bills, I signed all kinds of guys out of NFL Europe, the World Football League, so that UFL has to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to win, and I want the NFL to buy into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Speaking of the Bills, I got signed as a free agent in 2004 from here, Buffalo.
How about that?
The Martin there.
Yeah, I just left.
Yeah.
I was there from 2001, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And the reason I left is that they wanted me to fire 3 coaches, and I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And you'll love this. It gets even better. Me and those 3 coaches have won 9 Super Bowls, and they haven't been back.
I not been back. So yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 2-part question for you, Coach. This is not your first time coaching in the city of Nashville. You coached under Jeff Fisher. Now you're coming back here to Tennessee State. You're coming in behind Brandon Fisher as defensive coordinator. So 2-part is, what's it like coming back to the city of Nashville, and what does the Fisher family mean to you?
Well, I will tell you this, is that's one of my favorite places out of the 9 NFL organizations, 9 cities that I've lived in. This is my favorite one. I love living here. Jeff's a best friend of mine. Brandon's like a son to me. And Brandon's been on 2 staffs with me before. This is a great area, and it's a great setting, and it's a great opportunity to continue to help young men. And the 3 happiest places I am in life: 1, around my family; 2, inside the white lines because I'm a competitionaholic; and 3, helping young men and young ladies grow. I have a massive foundation for kids that they can be whoever they want to be. And I want to try to help these guys, not try. I want to help these guys be the best they can be.
Tell us a little bit more about your foundation.
Well, it's the Gregg Williams Foundation for Kids, and I was told that I couldn't do certain things growing up in that small little rural town outside of Kansas City. And if all the work you do behind the scenes that nobody else sees is you want to be the best you can be. And so we've given millions back to kids back in that area for school, for medical benefits, for whatever. And we built facilities out there right now that's, you know, like a college facilities, everything back in that small town of Excelsior Springs. But it's given these young kids a chance to be the best they can be and be whatever they want to be.
It's a great answer. Coach, I was so happy to see the announcement, bringing some stray dogs to this staff. Man, we're going fine.
Well, I tell everybody here is that if they're allergic to the F word, go get a very strong prescription because that might come out. And so stop by Walgreens all the time. I'll help do a commercial for them. And but these young men are going to love it. And you know, I've coached over 2,500 NFL athletes. Over 1,000 of them call me on Father's Day or text me on Father's Day. Why? Because I'm the dad they never had, and also, you know, from a discipline and accountability and a love standpoint. Now, if I don't return that text or return that call within 1 day, they all get on a podcast and bust my ass because they say they must be up for adoption. He's not returning our call. So anyway, so all that stuff is going great, and I look forward to helping this university again. And get here because, again, we practiced that first year when we moved from the orders and became the Tennessee orders. Here's what we practice on campus here.
So Travis Hanna was my cousin. He's my cousin. So Travis Hanna played at USC. He played with Curtis Conway. So Jeff Fisher drafted him with the orders, and they came up. So that's my older cousin.
No doubt. There you go. Yeah. And I can't wait to get back with Jeff, too. Yeah. And it's to see him and go back and see how everything is going. And he's still staying busy and doing everything, too, in that professional league that he's in. So it'll be good to see him.
Coach, your defenses, regardless of the motives, have been known for absolute intensity. You've been doing it for so long. Mm-hmm. How do you still bring that level of intensity?
You know, the strike zone is different. You know, I'll look up. Yeah. I was a baseball player, too, and how you go about doing it. And understand this. I can only affect what mom and dad gave him in the gene pool. Genetics I don't affect, but I will not tolerate a lack of effort. I will not tolerate a lack of toughness. And we're going to play faster, stronger, harder, smarter for longer than anybody else. Okay, and if it's not that way, adios. Okay, go do something else. Well, here comes the team.
Coach, I wish I could have played for you.
I know. I appreciate you guys.
Look forward to it.
And get after it, all right? Get after
Absolutely.
it. And I always break every meeting with come get some, so come get some.
Come get some. Yeah. All right, we're here.
Yes, sir.
We are here with DRC.
Yes,
He's a 3-time All-OVC, FCS All-American, first-round draft pick, 2-time Pro Bowler after 12 years in the NFL. Baloney.
Yes, sir.
DRC, 4-5 State Lab. Welcome to the show, Barn.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man.
So,
Yes, sir.
with our show, the first question I want to find out, I heard you earlier talking about the property you bought down in Tampa and shit like that. So, like, what was it like? You're a Florida boy through and through. You said you never leave home. What was it like leaving Florida to come move up here in Nashville?
It was a culture shock, man, especially with the weather. You know, I'm used to being in hot weather, man. I came up here with straight shorts, man. So when I first got on camera, man, that first winter day, bro, I think I missed class for that whole day, man. Like, I had to get used to it, man, but I'm glad I did choose this school, man, because there's a lot of love here, man, a lot of family that I've made throughout my time here.
So you played at the highest level that the game has to offer. You were in a Super Bowl. So with knowing at that highest level, coming back and doing games like this, being a TSU legend, the Legends game, like, what does this game mean to you that's what you consider the end of the TSU Hall of Fame?
Man, it just continue on the legacy, man. The guys that came before me and the guys that come after me, man. Anytime I was the first to know, if I could see it, that means I believe it. So when guys like, you know, they come back and they show us the way, man, you gotta love it, man. Now I think to myself as a player, he made it, man. While I put it in the ground, now I can make it. So I always want to show faith, because you never know, you might help that one guy that just need to see it.
With y'all. Let's go, man. It was an honor coming to watch you play. You know this, like, I know I was older than you, but I always heard about the came back and watched the Rams off, bro. Y'all just took a L in the game.
Yeah, we took one. Yeah, we took one.
He got me on one. I can't y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I appreciate it, man. A lot of love, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Any part, I mean, like you said, you never leaving home.
Right.
So what part of Nashville still it feels like there's a part of home here for you?
Oh, man, whenever I come on campus, man, anywhere in the Metro City, man, around here, dog, it's just love, bro. That's one thing I can't say, like, just coming up here like my second home. Even when I'm out, just outside chilling, man, I still see guys that I went to college with, and it's very family work. You can't buy that nowhere. Man, that's real.
Yeah, big blue through and through.
Throw and through, huh? Yeah, man, love, man. So, appreciate it.
I'm saying, next time find out if you're race with squad and see what we're doing, man. We pulling up to get it up. You all see appreciate the Blake, appreciate you.
Hey, yes,
to the next one.
I love Nashville, 4-5 State Line. All right, we are back. If you've been listening along, you just got a little treat there with those interviews that we had with Dominique and Coach Gregg. It was good to see the boys again.
Yeah, man.
I don't see my old teammates again.
Yeah.
So it's good to see everybody, and it's always love when we get back together.
Oh, yeah.
What about, like, for you? You know, you got the OG CJ.
So, yeah, I had, man.
How many teammates did you have out there on the Legends game?
Maybe 4, I
Yeah.
think. CJ Johnson, Freddie B, Fred Barnett.
Yep.
The twins, Jared and Gerald.
So you played with
Martin.
them?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
freshmen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's who, yeah, man.
Yeah, they were young.
Yeah,
The young
those were my
guys.
dudes, man.
Memphis, man. So they doing big stuff
Shout
too
out
right now.
Orange
Yeah,
Mound.
Orange Mound for sure.
Yeah.
Melrose, man. Memphis Melrose. So
They're
had a
doing
lot
things
of-
over there. That's cool,
man.
too.
Went to the state game, first
Yep.
year as coaches, man. So they revived their program. So big shout out to them boys, man. Down in M-Town.
So we did play with some of the same people there.
Yeah, 5 years to do that though. You stay
Yeah.
5 years. You stay for 5 years, you cross over.
I mean, I guess I had probably more out there, but that's just because Reno's the one
Yeah.
putting all of that together.
Right,
so
right.
shout out to Reno and the Tiger Den.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Reno Tiger Den, man, for putting a
but-
good event on.
Man, that interview with Coach Gregg, man.
Man,
That
listen,
dude is
man.
electric.
Dude, I didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean?
I didn't either.
But listen, his personality, like it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It goes ahead of him, right? So
Yeah.
when he comes in the room, his personality, I think, jumps out first. But I'm excited to see what he's gonna do, man. Like we both would enjoy playing for him. I'd say I'll leave it right there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That he seems wild, bro.
Yeah.
So they're kind of making a transition right now.
Yeah.
Eddie George is now left.
He's gone.
And he took a lot of the staff with him.
And it seems like they went from a big name, household name, like Eddie George, to now they're getting in, I don't want to say real coaches and be disrespectful to the coaching staff previously.
Right.
But, I mean, their entire staff essentially was at the DC Defenders from the XFL, UFL, whatever it is. Now, from the head coach, coordinator, Fred Keiss is coming back as the OC.
Yeah, Shannon Harris, he's the interim coach for the DC Defenders, which was my quarterback at TSU. So he was like quarterback coach, player personnel when I was there. Yeah, man. So,
so he's staying up there in DC and taking over coach there. So it looks like everybody from TSU is benefiting here. We're getting –
I heard he's supposed to come back and take the OC job. Or be on the staff.
Oh, really?
When the season's over with. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. Yeah, so we had to see if it happened.
We'll see if this is breaking news.
That's what I heard. But
I mean, Greg did say that there's some, or Reggie, Coach Barlow said that there's some more names coming.
Yeah.
They just got to get some time. So maybe that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hope to get him on the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, Greg, man,
Eddie's like a celebrity name, I guess.
Yeah, which brought some players there.
It brought people there. You know what I mean?
You know, I mean, this is going to be public, so I'm not trying to say nothing about Eddie out there, but he hadn't coached before.
Well, it's always hard doing anything for the first time, right?
Right.
And then you come into a program to where you expect it to win.
So I don't blame him for taking the job. For TSU to give him that coaching job as the head coach when he'd never coached before, at least to my knowledge.
Yeah. Nah,
and then, to use that to then take another job to actually build a coaching resume, you got to go.
You got to go. And then he actually won. He won last year, right? So they won, so he performed, right? I know it's kind of on the hot seat for a minute, but he performed.
Be only at the one place where you just got your first starting opportunity.
Yeah.
I think he's from Ohio.
Is he from Ohio? I don't know where he's from.
I mean, he went to Ohio State, I know.
Yeah. I mean, but he's going to Bowling Green now.
Bowling Green, Ohio.
Yeah. I thought it was Kentucky.
Bowling Green, Ohio.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
Yep. So it's so now whatever, I guess, salary they were going to be paying him, they got the entire staff damn near from the DC Defenders.
Well, so you got to pay Eddie though. You know what I mean? So that's another thing, right? So, but
the turnover from the players you still got to have talent on the field.
But football is football, right? So that's what I'm getting at, right? So no matter who's coaching, the players got to play. And how do we get players to come in and buy into what the new staff is doing?
Because I feel like it's easy to recruit when you got a name like Eddie.
You would think so.
Yeah.
You would think so.
So and they put together a team that won.
They won, yeah. TSU won.
So now there's going to be some turnover of staff and players. So I think they got a long road ahead of them.
Yeah.
But obviously the coaching staff is prepared to actually coach.
Yeah.
And prepare for that. How do they keep the buzz, in your opinion, with what you've seen at the high school level, popping in and back over on campus at TSU for over the years? What do they need to do to be able to get that buzz to use this staff that might not be as well known as the name of Eddie George?
Right, the celebrity of Eddie George.
Yeah, exactly. To recruit and to create that buzz and try to continue on where Eddie left off.
Man, I think number one, you got to recruit Nashville. So you got to land a Nashville kid who is good, right? Or somebody from the area who can come and play for you. As I looked out on the field at the spring game, I had two DBs that I trained. That one left Nebraska and came, and the other one had been there from the time he left high school, but he came out of Innsworth. So you get people like that to come and be a part of the program. So that way you still create some type of buzz for the city. Like, you want to see some of the hometown kids go stay in school. Stay home, that is, right? So I think that's first. Then I think you just use the tools that you have, right? If you're getting a lot of the TSU lineage and some of the guys that are coming back, then I think it's up to us too, right, to kind of help pump and promote.
Be back a little bit more.
And be back
How
a little more.
How often do you go back?
Not a whole lot. Not like I should.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, not like I should. So, but I told myself after Saturday's game that, you know what, I'm going to kind of see what I can do a little bit more help out, hands on.
If I keep getting treated the way I treat and walking around with you, then I'll keep coming back.
Oh man!
Anytime you're there, I'm there now.
Yeah, we coming, man. But see, my wife went to TSU as well.
Okay.
So yeah, she's 10 years younger than me. But yeah, she went to TSU.
Oh, so y'all didn't meet there?
No.
Okay.
Met her after. But she was involved. She was the Tiger Gym. She danced, and she also was part of the training staff for the football team. So she
sick.
got like two great experience at TSU. Like she did. The student just kicking it on campus.
Yeah.
Then she danced. Then she was part of the training staff. So she did basketball and football, I believe. But yeah, man. So like that, she would want to come see people in the hometown. All right, who's this kid coming up? She's a sports person, so she likes coming to the games and of course the band, obviously. But you get players, hometown people. That's what happened when I came. Weiss Creek, Maplewood. I mean. You got players who stayed in for whatever reason, right? You don't always – sometimes it's not the first choice at TSU, if I'm just being honest, right? Sometimes but they go after guys at these big schools. Mm-hmm. I think you got to get some of those in, and I think you get some hometown kids. I think you recruit Nashville, you recruit Memphis, you get Georgia, you get Florida, and you go from there and just see what you can get.
I mean, it seems like there could be a domino effect happening, especially we talked about J-Mo and G-Mo down in Melrose.
It's a pipeline.
They got some dogs there, so they're going to be trying to send people up there.
Because they come back. They come back to support
they
and
come back
see
a
it.
lot.
So it's like you creating pipelines then, right? Me over at Lipscomb Academy, hey, go play. You can come play right now. If you want to get a name, you still get the opportunity to get in front of the scouts. You get great coaching, right? You got NFL coaches that are pros, former pros, and they come in on this level. I think it's a great opportunity, man, for people to stay in town and push this TSU thing to the max, man, because, we used to winning.
Yeah. Talking a little bit about DRC, was there
my guy.
Were you that guy when you were there, or was there a guy on your team? You mentioned Avion, that was just like from an athletic skill set, just different than everyone else.
I mean, Avion was the first person I saw like that, but Scott Cunningham. So Scott, we came in the same year. He's from Florida, from Orlando. Went to Dr. Fields, man, balled out. But he ended up going to the Titans, and we had the same agent coming out. So both of the corners, we both left, but we came in the same time. So this dude he probably weighed 10 pounds, 12, 15 pounds less than me, but hang clinging 300, you know what I mean? Like stuff. I'm like, he had a 41, 42-inch vert. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So, and he ran track. He was a track guy too. So he was probably like one of the more athletic guys I saw just in my time span of being there. But Avion Black was out of this world. Probably still one of the most athletic people I've ever seen, but he played offense.
Yeah.
DRC was probably like defensive, 6'3", 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah.
4'2"?
He looked like he got taller.
That's what I said. I'm like, man. I mean, I'm 5'10", 5'11". I'm like, wait a minute. I don't.
He walked up on Saturday, and I was like, man, when did you?
Yeah. And 4'2", indoor 60-meter champion. Like, so it don't come like that.
I won state in high school. I played with PT that ended up in the league.
Yeah.
I had never met anyone like Dominique.
Yeah, he was different.
I pride myself. I'm not fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can accelerate for my speed. But I know my body. I know angles. I know angles.
The cheat code. You just make sure I can beat you to a spot.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
I can get to that spot. I was special teams all day, every day. If I was gonna make it to the league, it was gonna be just purely special teams.
Yeah.
Like I loved special teams. Like I would have done it for below league minimum if you would have given me the opportunity. I just wanted to do it.
Blow people up though, man. Especially, you get the
wedge.
Yeah.
Wedge buster. I mean, I was all the spots you think I would be. That's where I was, man. Yeah. And back when you could actually blindside some people.
Back the rules are different now. Like Gregg said, Coach, strike zone is different these days, so you can't do the same stuff we were doing.
So, but when I was playing, I prided myself in being able to do that. And one time. I guess I don't think it was spring game, but it was like some sort of scrimmage or something. Dominique returned. I want to say it was a punt.
He did return punts too. I can't. It's a couple of games I came to.
And he was about to turn the corner, and hit the sidelines, and I knew at his speed, the way he's running right now, I knew the spot he was going to be at. It's like the numbers coming up in my screen. Boom, right there's my spot, and I bolted for that spot, and. I wasn't going to hold back. I mean, that's my dog. But, and I was closing in, and I was about to lay his ass out.
Yeah.
And I heard him laugh. He laughed and pointed, and he hit another gear that I didn't know he had. He was already running full speed.
You thought.
I thought.
You thought, yeah.
And he hit another gear, and it made it look like I took a terrible angle.
Oh, man. But that's what he does.
And that's what I do is take good angles.
That's what he can do to you. I mean, I came to a game. Listen, man, they kept calling me. So, like you said, you know, he came in, like, shortly after I left.
Yeah.
And I had some guys that were graduate assistants on the team. And they were like, hey, you got to come see this kid. Like, you got to see him. He remind me of y'all, but he's bigger and he's faster. I'm like, what that's saying? All right, I got to check him out. The first game I went to, he caught a pick coming across the middle. He reversed field. Before he got halfway across the field, he threw his hand up already because he knew he was going to score because he's going to outrun everybody. Took it back like 60 yards.
He did that.
Okay.
He did that in the league when he played with Denver.
Yeah.
He started high stepping at the other 40 one time.
Oh yeah.
And he hadn't even finished out running everybody.
But that's what I remember. He chased Chris Johnson. Now you remember that he got him in the end zone. But they always used to talk about like who was a faster guy.
Yeah.
But he's a legit 4.2 guy. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
He's different. That size, that athletic ability, that speed. I mean, come on, man.
Now, if we did tackling drills, it was a little bit different story
That's
within
different.
the drill.
That's different.
But the open field.
No. Kids, good night. It's over with.
But, like, I'm worried about a spot. He could play that and still be open and relaxed. And to the point where he literally pointed and laughed at me in between the whistle. Like,
yeah. But that's what he can do. I mean, some people just God-given ability.
Dog.
Yeah, it's
you're
different
dog.
to do. I mean, we don't have the footage, but even from the Legends game, and I'm like, all right, I'm not about to sprint at the 4.2 guy right now. I'm not prepared for that. So he catches the ball, and I'm just using my angles though, right?
Yeah.
I'm using angles, so I take the angle and make him cut back, and I get him. But I'm like, and he's mic'd up, so I'm like, he gonna say something crazy.
Yeah.
If he actually like burns me on this, but I'm like, I can't get burned.
Just make him cut in.
Yeah, make him cut in. I do my job. I'm
Yeah.
good. Yeah, so I ended up getting him, man. But yeah,
Shepard,
I was like,
Shepard juked shit out of somebody.
oh, dude, it got nasty out there.
Yeah.
it got intense at one point.
Because
we only
which is what I think
by,
that Legends game needs. It's
but
not
it's
like,
fun though.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like a Pro Bowl. No. Look, man, we here. We gonna have fun, compete. But most of the people on that field, they wanted to compete. And that's what was fun, right? Because we only won by a touchdown, like 28-21.
Yeah.
And it came down to the last play, like the last drive. So that's fun, man. So I look forward to doing it again, man. Yeah, it's fun.
Man, it's always fun going back on campus. I think we doing this together.
Yeah.
I think we'll be around a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised to see the buzz that there is without Eddie.
But nah, man, I'm not surprised because again, coaches come and go. It's been like that.
Yeah.
The tradition at TSU, it has to hold its own weight, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I found out I got a cousin playing.
See what I'm saying? Like TSU has to be able to.
He's not there yet. He's about to graduate high school.
Yeah.
But I turned around and saw one of my old cousins, like my mom's cousins.
Yeah.
I was like, "What are you doing here?" She
Oh,
was
yeah, I
like,
saw tons of people out there.
She was like, "We heard you were coming out," and I was like, "Oh, no, wait, why are you here?"
Yeah.
It's like Roman, and I was like, "Man, he was."
Ain't that crazy? Time flies, man.
Yeah, so he's
but to
a
your
kicker,
point, though,
kicker.
yeah, I mean,
Obviously,
hey, he's white, he's a kicker.
Yeah.
He's probably good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, man, I feel like just from that standpoint, right? I train kids. They go. You got family going. When I was on campus, like for the game, I saw my uncle, my cousins, the little ones came out. So it's a lot of family around, man. Like I said, it's a family environment, but the TSU gotta withstand the test of time. So over the years, we gotta make sure that TSU can do what it needs to do on its own. When players come, they know like they're playing for something. It's a pride thing. So as long as we keep that tradition going, I think we'll be good regardless.
I mean, it's always going to keep going. The show always has to go on.
Show got to
right?
go on, man. Yeah.
I put myself in a position where everybody knows who I am.
Right.
To walk around, even if it was just a little behind you or with you, some of the times we were walking together, man, everybody respects you, dog.
Man.
And it's not like I didn't know that going into all of this, but it was seeing you in that element on that field.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Cool,
I made
man.
a good choice here.
I appreciate you, man. But nah, it's just, I mean, I'm just one of the guys, man, as you know what I mean? Like, just hearing some of the stories, like, I had people saying, man, that, hey, I wore number 2 because of you. And I'm at TSU, you in high school. or I came because of you, or shout out to Dominique, man, for just giving me, the praise. Like, hey, you came before me, so I see you do it, I can do it. And he's way better than I ever was, you know what I mean? But
imagine him coming in, going to a school like TSU with his talent. He probably could have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
And to hear the legend, like you're talking about, like both of y'all, left and went to the league. So like all he's hearing is like, you can't be a corner here and be a joke, right? Like
you can't. I mean, that's the first thing they got.
You don't
want
to be the drop off.
And that's the thing. So it happened when I got there. Like legit, Eric Joyce is a White Creek kid. You know what I mean? So I knew. I heard about him, and I saw him play. I saw him play in the Southern Heritage Classic in Memphis, right? So I'm like, man, EJ's here. Like, all right, Ed Sanders is here. I'm like, man. So I'm like, wait a minute. But EJ plays my position, so they kind of took me under their wing, and EJ put me on with his agent when I left. Like the love was like it was pure, right? So I wasn't able to kind of wrap my arms around Dominique just being at school at the same time.
Yeah,
we didn't overlap, but that's what happens when you just kind of set the legacy, and I got past the torch. Scott Cunningham got past the torch. LeGarrette Giddens and Eric Joyce, I praise them, man, to this day. Like both of those players, man, like they showed me how to practice, showed me how to play. And we laugh about it now when EJ sees me like, hey, you was plug and play. You was already ready to go. I was just doing my thing with you, but you was already ready. So not thinking about that then, but hearing it now when he reaches out, man, we talk. It's all love, man. So it's good to kind of be, in that line of guys. And, once again, I just did what I did, man. These guys are way better than me. These guys that played before me are way better than what I ever was. I just didn't want to be the guy who, dropped the baton, so to speak.
Yeah. I think the big thing about Eddie, and this is what I hope they hold on to going forward, and like no disrespect to the classic games and the people that love and support the classic games. They're really important for the legacy of the HBCU, and I don't want to see that washed over in any kind of way. But it did seem like there for a while that was all that was cared about.
The classics?
Yeah, and the classics only, when that doesn't really get you anything.
I mean, the thing is, we only played classic games. So I wish we would have played. Well, they didn't want to play us, I'm going to be honest with you, because we were that good. So we didn't get to play Vanderbilt. We didn't get to play when we played Notre Dame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Eddie went to Notre Dame and played at Notre Dame.
So exactly to the point, like playing Notre Dame, playing bigger games, it's getting bigger than the classics. So the classics will always be big.
Yeah.
I mean, going down to Memphis for that one is always incredible.
Fun.
Going down to Atlanta.
Fun.
Got
my first start in that game too.
Really?
Oh yes.
FAMU?
FAMU, man. Yeah. Oh goodness.
FAMU, damn you, baby.
Man, so fun times, yeah.
But when I came through, we were already like in the OVC playing OVC games, and then sprinkled in some classics.
That's how it goes, though.
Yeah,
because you still got to keep the heritage there.
I want to keep the heritage. I don't want the heritage to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But there seemed to be more of a focus on the classics and winning the classics, regardless of how we did in the OVC, and that seemed a little backwards to me.
Because you always get the split at TSU, like to where some people want to go back to playing just a whole HBCU schedule. And keep in mind, we're independent in the HBCU side of things.
Right.
But we belong to,
the OVC.
It was the OVC, right? So it's always a slippery slope with that. But I'm with you, though. I mean, why not have the best of both worlds?
Yeah. If we're going to do that, but like, if we're going to be in a conference, let's focus on the conference.
Win the conference.
Yeah, win the conference.
Yeah, win the conference. That's number one.
Yeah. If we're going to be just HBCU, that's cool. I can get behind that, but like, just do that.
I'm cool with both, though, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm cool too, but you can't. I don't think you can look at it as one versus the other. And I know that sounds some kind of way, me being the white dude talking about the classic.
But it's not.
But
like, it's not.
It's got to be bigger than that. Who cares if we're winning the classics if you're coming in last in the OVC?
I want to win every game. So I tell them, the classic game is fun. It's fun to show out, in front of your people and do your thing. But
you're a part of history. You're part of holding on to the legacy and the heritage.
Yeah, but when we play EIU with Tony Romo, which is who was there when I was there, we need to go win this game.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
The Southern Heritage Classic was last week. We need to win this game against EIU.
To the boosters and the alum.
But that's what they want. That's what they used to, though, right? So the people before us,
university. But I think Eddie brought that bigger picture here,
which I like.
Yes,
I like the bigger picture because not only can you have a recruiting tool with the classics, hey, we play Vanderbilt too, by the way, y'all.
Yeah.
Or we going to go travel to play Memphis, by the way, y'all. Or we going like that.
So you didn't get to play Vandy.
I didn't get to play anybody except
Man,
HBCU
that
and
was
OBC.
a wild game.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't play us my freshman year. Nobody would play us. We were that good. No, we were that good. Because what do you get if you play?
Now, like this is one of those moments where I wish I could go back in time, like, just like tell my parents, like, hey, it's okay to go down to the hood. Like, let's go watch this game.
Dude,
we got to see this team.
We were that good. No, we were that good. We're the only team that lost in it was Adelphia Coliseum at the time because the Titans just got here the year I got redshirted, and we won the OBC in '99 where the Titans went to the Super Bowl. So the city was lit on fire. Like, only one game was lost, and we lost that game because both our quarterbacks got hurt. So Leon he actually tore his ACL the week before the playoff game. We played North Carolina A&T. I'll never forget it. Home game. We undefeated. We number one in the nation, and we lost first round because we didn't have a quarterback. Leon Murray's a Heisman candidate, so he's an NFL quarterback. Went to the Redskins at the time, so you lose that. And then shout out to Perk, man. Perkins came in and did his thing, but he got hurt, so we got down to our third string quarterback, and it just. At that
situation.
Yeah, at that level, it's just kind of hard to compete, you know. So, and playoff game, it was tough. So we lost, but you give us our quarterbacks, we win the whole thing that year. But I like the big picture of things, though, right? Just keep the big picture there, man. Dominate both games. The goal is to win every game, though.
Yeah,
that's the goal. That's the goal. Just win.
Yeah, just win.
Just win.
I think that they definitely have the coaching staff that can do it.
Yeah,
I definitely plan, especially as long as we're doing this.
Yeah, we'll pull up.
Then we need to pull up. We'll be at the games and doing all of that. Man, it was fun being back on campus.
Yeah, man, had a ball, man. Had the ice for a couple of days after the lessons. Had the ice a little bit, but it's all good.
There was
man.
definitely some old dudes limping around a little bit afterwards. But I'll limp around to the beat of the Aristocrata bands. Yeah, if that's what it means.
Yeah, I'm here to do it, man. I'm all for it, man.
Yeah. Well, shout out to everything TSU is doing.
Yeah, man.
The bounce back after Eddie is looking like it's actually going in a very good direction. Yep. I'm happy to see that. Shout out to you being a legend.
Man, hey, man, it's fun, man. Yeah. Fun putting in the work, man, and getting recognized for it, so that's always fun, man. So, like you said, man, I'm into what TSU is doing. We here. Tigers for life, Big Blue. We here, man. So, hope y'all like the show today, man. We went down memory lane a little bit. Filled you in with some clips, man, for some great guys, professionals, and we look forward to seeing y'all on the next show, man. So make sure you hit the link, like, subscribe, and be on the lookout for what's coming up next, man.
For the love of Nashville, tune into the next one.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. Be sure to tell your friends if you liked it, subscribe it, share. We'll catch you on the next one.
And remember to choose kindness, change the world. We're out.